do, neighbors? This here's Jonathan Winters, speaking his piece from the Ozark Mountains of Missouri. Our subject tonight is theater. They've been putting on this play for 16 years, and now they say the behind-the-scene people want to make a movie. Triumph and tragedy, romance, shooting. Life in the Ozarks in 1902.
Hello, my rural friend. I'm Robert D. Danforth from Hollywood, financier. I'd like to purchase your wonderful play, Shepherd of the Hills. How about $316.46? That's everything.
Everything. Take it out of the Ozarks. Wouldn't be right. You got it.
Roll up your sleeves, TV Land. Time for your annual shot of culture. This is a play based on your most beloved novel, the romantic yet violent saga of the Ozarks, the famous Shepherd of the Hills. Shepherd of the Hills? What's that? We couldn't afford actors, folks, so we're going to read the book instead. Here's how it begins. This, my story, is a very old story. In the hills of life, there are two trails. One lies along the higher sunlit fields, and one leads to the lower grounds, where those who travel as they go look always over their shoulders with eyes of dread. Nice versus nasty. That's our tale. Maybe that's because Shepherd of the Hills was written by a Christian minister, Harold Bell Wright. Here shown inside an egg. He hatched his plot in this tent near Branson, Missouri, back in the summer of 1902. He came to stay each summer for his health, and he spent his days writing down the true life drama of the Ozark mountain pioneers. The country folks living on this farm became Wright's central characters. Say hello to old Matt and Aunt Molly, both of whom little realized that one day Wright would immortalize them in his now largely forgotten book. The theater is on their old farm. Some of the original buildings are used as the set. If you were as tasteless and nervy as I am, you would say that here are all of Bell's plots. Here are young Matt and old Matt, on whose doormat fate wiped her dirty feet. Enough people wanted to read about their lives to make Bell's book the fourth most widely read novel in American history. 4 movies were made from it, every one a turkey. Wright based the characters in his book on these people. The evil Wash Gibbs, the beautiful Sammy Lane, she's a woman. All these people are still alive, at least during the season. Come in. Today's performance is about to begin. Shall we be off to the Shepherd of the Hills Theater? The actors wear special radio microphones that are hooked into the theater's complex sound system. The fancy equipment is necessary because of an unusual problem. The theater is totally outdoors.
Let's say, Uncle Ike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep trying. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Down on stage, the actors are busy building part of the set. The 1,700 paying customers are invited to mingle with the cast and crew. Here's young Matt, today's hero. He'll talk to you. He'll answer your questions. Once the set is finished, the scene is ready for action. Ollie Stewart here is one Ozark boy who made good in the Big Apple. You can tell he's been to the city because he wears white shoes.
I never hurt you in. Oh, he ain't hurt me nor a bit. Just look at him. Ain't it all? Yeah, they sure is. Come here, darling. You gonna play a bit in the road. I'll show you a thing or two. I see it. What you got there, darling?
Just a little gun.
I say, you shouldn't have told such as that. Well, it might go off. Make him dance for us, right?
Ollie's made the boo-boo of loving Sammy Lane, who loves young Matt, who loves her, but whom Wash Gibbs also loves. Sammy Lane, that is. And it doesn't wash with Wash if somebody loves somebody he loves. You got that?
Hardly.
Everybody does the show part-time, except for key people, like the director. Ollie here, for example, is played by Mike Connor.
You're in tune with KIRK. That's KVHM. KIRK's the other way. This one's KVHM AM from Branson, Missouri. We've got a continued flash flood.
Most of the time, Mike's the town's DJ. Plays great music, although he has a little trouble sometimes. Looks like a slipped disc.
5 to 10 miles per hour. And partial clearing is anticipated by tomorrow morning. And the low tonight's going to be in the 60s. Winds easterly at 5 to 10 miles per hour.
On Sundays, Mike operates both AM and the FM radio stations at the same time. A record performance.
Really, it's a good family. It's really a close-knit group. And we're all, we help each other and have our little quabbles here and there, but nothing severe.
You're in tune with KIRK FM 106.3 on your radio dial, Branson, Missouri. And I want to remind you...
No, I do occasionally get a stomach blow a little high or a little low, and I say, ouch. And it looks like part of the part, so it's nothing really that destroys the play.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, this here pretty little feller from the city, he's gonna show us hillbillies how to spark a gal. Well, marry him. Of course. Why, you can get a job as their parson, can. Let's just see how you do. Yeah. I'll come on over here to you, honey, Sammy.
Indeed, I will not.
I can't take it. It's too horrid. Quick, cut to something totally unrelated. That's better. This here fella ties it all together. He's the director, Hal Meadows. He's taken over 100 part-time thespians and shaped them into an attraction seen by 160,000 paying customers a year.
And I particularly would like to say a double thank you to Bud Lynn, because, boy, he stayed here every night with him and really worked. All right, now, as you all know, we've started assessing $5 and $10 fines on the microphones. Tonight, you do not turn off correctly, $5 fine is assessed. And it's costing a lot more money, but we've got to do it if the sound system is going to function. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for a great 2 weeks. We've had record crowds. Last Sunday was the first time we've ever sold out on Sunday night, and that's something to be proud of. And so, if there's nothing else left, there's beer over here in the truck. Have a good week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad you're back, neighbors. Matt and Molly have swept up all the broken teeth, and you're all invited to a country square dance. This beats fighting and feuding. Caller is Gay Land. Say, Gay, while you're singing, how about telling us the story of how you broke into showbiz?
3 years ago, I heard on the radio that they were looking for a square dance caller. Now, I've been a square dance caller for 25 years, and I gave Hal a call. And he says, golly, I forgot all about you being in the neighborhood. Says, come on out and see me. So I went out and talked to him, and he says, yeah, we'll just take you right on. Really what started out there, my son started out there in the parking lot, and then I started driving Jeeps. And my wife got tired of being a widow at home all by herself, so she says, doggone it, next year I'm going to go out with you too. So she got a job in the parking lot and became one of the square dancers. And then they got her to doing the part of Mrs. Buck Thompson.
Here's Gay at work, selling ads for the local newspaper. Most everybody in Branson, Missouri, is involved with the Shepherd of the Hills Theater. They do it part-time, although the theater and the farm it's on are a full-time tourist attraction. They've been putting the show on this way every summer for 16 years.
What's the price right now? I need to know that. It's $84.95. $84.95. Okay, I'm going to change on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, would you look at the rest of it? Make sure we got the rest of it straight down.
Yeah.
Right phone number?
334-3467, and the address is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be all right.
Okay, that'll get it then.
All right.
All right. We'll be looking at you a little bit later on and bring you some tear sheets. When
Okay, bring them down.
Okay. Okay. We'll see you later.
Okay. Come on.
And here's Gay back in action.
How about getting up out of your seats and come down and join these folks at the party? See some old-fashioned hillbilly square dancing, hear some old-time singing. Well, just naturally rest yourself for a spell. Now, don't be bashful. Get up out of your seats, come right on down and enjoy yourself. Do a little square dancing and have some fun.
This is intermission, so the good guy and the bad guy can sing together with a woman they both love. The sport with the red suspenders is our hero, young Matt. Being a hero isn't just a pretty face and a nice voice. You also need a big chest.
Well, I've been in the show for about 8 years, and I've never been big enough to do the part. And Hal Meadows, the director, started me on this weight program last year, and I've gained 20 pounds. I've always wanted to do it.
If Marlon Brando's listening, you ever gotten a method hernia?
Best keep your dirty hands off the lady. Dirty be they. By hell, I'll wash them in your blood. No man ever crosses my trail and lives.
Oh, hell, you ain't on Roark now. Over here, you ain't no bigger than anybody else.
Hey, I'll set your guts out someday.
The guys I fight with are really good. They've been in the show doing their part longer than I have. And so they kind of carried me through. And I still bat one of them once in a while in the wrong place, but no, I get by pretty easy. We didn't really have any training. I mean, we just ran to it one afternoon until we couldn't take it anymore and went from there.
Talk about fighting dirty. Uh-oh, Wash Gibbs is axing for it.
Come on, man, finish him off.
I'll see you again for this. You best stay on Roark, Gibbs. There's more room for you over there. Here, you take this with you. We don't want it here. Get out of here. Hey, Ward, let's get the hell out of here.
This keeps up, you'll need those 20 extra pounds. Here's part-time square dance caller, Mary Lou Shaw. Mary Lou makes her living by painting the same countryside that inspired Harold Bell Wright back in 1902.
I don't think many people probably realize all that goes on in the background for a production like that. And the wardrobe lady has a tremendous job keeping everyone's costumes in order. The girls have to learn to do their hair as it was worn in 1902. Some of the girls are quite young, and this is a challenge for them to learn. And we're not allowed to wear bright makeup in any way. For me, it was a challenge too, because I'm heavy, to learn to get in and out of buggies and not trip on long skirts and these. You don't think about these things until you wear costumes.
My. Isn't that thoughtful? Isn't he considerate? The house is thirsty, and he's giving it a drink. Actually, this stagehand is dousing the log cabin with kerosene. Mostly, it's just the rags that will be set aflame for the big showstopper. That way, only a little bit of the cabin has to be rebuilt for each night's performance. Here's how it looks. That's Wash Gibbs and his evil bald knobber gang preparing to burn down young Matt's house. Sort of an Ozark urban renewal. Their torches lit, they ride on stage and set the cabin ablaze before the startled audience. And young Matt is inside the cabin. Young Matt's been shot. Oh. Evil work done, the bad guys ride away. In a rather avant-garde touch, the cast invites the audience down to help put the fire out. Everybody joins in as the cabin is engulfed in flames. Even young Matt lends a hand, even though he was shot. Down, but not out. The guy who gunned young Matt down doubles as a theater's prop person. He gives this show a real shot in the arm.
And they're single action, so you can't pull the trigger and shoot them. You got to have your hammer cocked back. So now when you're getting ready to load one, just take her, and she's got a release catch right back here. Now she shouldn't fire. The gun's in good condition, right, like this. And your cylinder will spin freely, so you can load it. Just take and load them in each cylinder hole right there, just like that. And just rotate it one at a time until you get her fully loaded. We've got something like 13 pistols and 14 shotguns, and I take care of them. Hal got me in there, and I'm real interested in guns anyway, so I got the job of taking care of them. We got to clean them. I have to clean them every night and keep them all and everything, because they get beat around real rough out there by everybody, and keep all the rust off of them. Okay, now we're ready to shoot one here. Now just kind of point her up away from everybody up in there, and then cock her back real slow. Okay, now you can go ahead. Now, okay, you can pull the trigger and she's ready to go.
What would entertainment be without blood? It would be like an apple without pie. To keep the show splashy, Ross Trimble here brews up about a quart of this stuff a night. It's enough to keep a Transylvanian cocktail party in the sauce all during the social season. The phony blood is poured into plastic packets that the actors wear under their clothes. On stage, the plastic bags will splatter on cue, enabling the actors to go out in a dramatic blaze of corn syrup and food coloring. Wash Gibbs here is getting his just desserts in preparation for the show's finale. Actually, with all that syrup, he is dessert.
You must come go up to the house and rest the camp.
We got two of them alive, Sheriff, but listen here, he didn't want to be took. I thought I'd let you see him before I take him on in, though.
Yeah, bring him on up. Let's have a look at him. Bob, grab that lantern there.
They're dropping like flies now. The play must be nearly over. There aren't many characters still standing. One character we've neglected is the doctor, who's kept busy trying to patch everyone up. He's a funny little devil who brightens the mood.
Well, now, blasted old driver, you just hold the horse steady. Hold him tight, just start now, I'd break a leg for sure. Oh, what would Sarah and that girl say? Well, blasted, I'll ring a step, a box, a chair, a table, something to get out of here. But look out there, I say. Well, bless my soul. What a specimen. What a specimen.
Do you have any rooms?
Yes, sir. How many in your party?
4.
4? You bet.
In real life, if there is such a thing, the doc is Bud Jackson, owner of the local motel. It's a nice little place.
Take care of it.
Bud is an honors graduate of the Alfred Hitchcock School of Motel Management. He kills his guests with kindness. Tell us how you got into this, Bud.
I was mowing grass when Hal came down here, and he said, Bud, I'm desperate. He says, will you do me a favor? And I said, sure. I thought he wanted a room for some friends or something like that, not knowing what I was getting into. So I said, sure, if I can. And he says, well, the fellow that has been playing a part up there just isn't working out, and I think that you could do the job. Then he told me, he says, now, this is the particular part that I'd like for you to read for and see if you could do. Well, I read the lines out of the script, and he says, fine, you'll do. 4 movies and several television shows made about it, and it's every night they reenact the story up there. And it's considered the #1 outdoor theater in America, and of course, we're all quite proud of it.
Well, the play is over now. Here's old Matt to say goodbye to us all.
Folks, on behalf of our producers, Mary and Mark Trimble, our director, Hal Meadows, and the entire cast, we wish to express to you our sincere thanks for being with us here tonight. We have gone back to the year 1902, when these folks actually lived this life here in these hills. And when Harold Bell Wright wrote the book, here in the summer months of that year, here at this farm. If you liked our show, please tell your friends about it. If you didn't like it, you wouldn't do it, would you? Thank you, and good night.
See you next week, behind the scenes.